Hello, everyone. It is Rory here at the Eurovision site, Eurovision with a Slice of Life. Today, I'm joined by the lovely Ewan. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm not too bad at all. And yes, in this little discussion video, we're going to be talking all things Czechia. Obviously, now Daniel Zizka, or Zizka, however you want to say, has been chosen to represent Czechia at Eurovision 2026 with his song Crossroads, and we have opinions. So let us just get straight into it. So yes, so we're talking all things now Czechia. Obviously now Chete has finally released the song Crossroads with Daniel Zizka. I think just to kind of get started, I mean, like, obviously, Czechia had a bit of a stunted release date, I think, this year because they had initially planned to reveal who the act was back in January, and then there were some problems kind of leading in that then meant that we basically didn't hear anything until March. So, do you think that that was a good strategy, or do you think that was just pure accidentalism and just
Uh, I think yes, because I don't think you need to necessarily rush these things. If you're if you're doing an internal selection and there's not going to be a revamp, just give it its time. Just if you don't need to announce these things. Yes, I would love to know everything immediately straight away because I'm an annoying Eurovision fan. Um, but fundamentally, it's not for us, which is shocking to say. But yeah, so I am glad that if they did, if there was for some reason that they needed to not release it, then that they actually waited for it rather than just having something thrown out.
deciding to wait, yeah. Because I think like they'd been tight, sort of teasing that it was going to happen in January, and then January just kind of passed with no kind of real any form of like news whatsoever. So it was kind of a bit strange that something was going on, and then they started dropping hints in February, and then all of a sudden, then boom, come the 8th of March, then that's exactly when we got the thing. So yeah, so yes, so
Although
now we
I would say though that teaser they did like 24 hours before should have been a little bit vaguer because people knew immediately who it was.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of Czech people sussed it out at that point, definitely. I had no idea. I mean, as obviously as international fans, I mean, we have no idea who these people are. So it's just they're like, we're just going off vibes. So, you
Yeah,
know,
but it's like
um,
it's the first comment you see when you look at like the teaser, and it was like a few like what 10 minutes later, and it was.
Danny, is
It
that
was,
you?
yeah, he was there. So it's like maybe something a little bit vaguer.
Yeah, do like a silhouette or something. Like maybe do that for next time, guys. Chitte. Like that's just our 2 cents on that. So yes, so now we have the official song, and yes, so tell me what do you think about Crossroads, and yeah, how did it sort of sit with you when you first listened to it?
I think before I say that, I do. It does need to be said. I didn't listen to this until about 3 days after it was released, much to Rory's pain, because I was told from multiple people, this is you and bait. This is my number one. Um, so any disappointment I had in the song is entirely Rory's fault.
No, I'm refusing to believe. I refuse that. So
It's He's a great singer. Um, Absolutely fantastic vocals. The song just is not it for me. It's technically excellent, and I think this is something that will be elevated a lot more on stage. It feels like it's lacking some soul in it. I,
okay.
but you disagree entirely on this, don't you?
I very much disagree with this. I mean, for anyone who's not seen my reaction to the song, like to the video when the video premiered, I was blown away. I was fully blown away. I could not believe that what I was listening to. It was an amazing song. I still get tingles. I still get chills just listening to the song. Like it's just my kind of song. I just love this kind of stuff. It's so, so, so good. It really harks back to things like London Grammar, like I was saying in the reaction video, but like a lot of people were saying it's sort of very similar to John's Tears in that. And like I see that, but I only really see that because of like the vocals more so than anything else. It's not really his same style, I feel.
I feel with Eurofans and these sorts of conversation of what things are like, whenever it comes to a ballad, these are always horrific uh comparisons that make absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Um, so I did because I did see things like that. It's like, no, it's not. It's not really anything like that at all.
No. I think it's just because most fans would have like something. It's like, well, if it's a Gas Queen girl bop, it's the same as a Lenny. If it's a slow song, obviously it's going to be like Duncan Lawrence or something like that. If they're thinking that's just going to capitalize on the success of another artist or something like that, and it's like he's just doing his
If
own
it's any
thing.
woman, it's Barbara Pravi.
I've never heard of that one.
There's that's a reference. Never mind.
Okay, right. Okay, I don't know that then. Apparently not. But yeah, I genuinely love this. This is my, and now that we know all of the songs, at the time of recording this, we know all of the songs, and we're now waiting for the semi-final running orders and everything to come out. This is my winner for this year, definitely. By not to say by some margin, but it's definitely like up there. And like I really can't get enough of this song, like which is like for a slow song, it seems a bit strange to have this song like that on repeat so much, but like it's just really good.
For me,
You know?
it's a solid 16th.
And this is why we get accusations at that Eurovision site that we have no taste. So guys,
Most of them come from you and your opinions, Rory.
hey, I'm not my fault. I have great opinions. I have great taste. So anyway. Yeah. So
Well,
so
it's
I
just
guess sorry, go
no,
on.
sorry, you.
No, go
Well,
for
it's
it.
just but because you're saying it's like now we have all the songs. There's obviously the comparison to the rest of them for this year.
Well, it stands out on its own, I would say, you know? I mean, well, that's the thing, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything else we have this year, does it?
Um, Not exactly, but the vibe, it does feel like it would be going against Albania in that semi-final.
Yes, okay, yeah. So that actually, let's talk about the semi-final then, because like it's in semi-final two,
Mhm.
and already that select like that semi-final, even before this song was even like revealed, was the more ballad heavy kind of semi-final anyway.
And
Um,
it's very dangerous because I think I can say like comfortably say there is only two surefire non-qualifiers in that whole semi-final.
care to reveal?
Oh, Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Well, whether that will
And
actually
one of those
happen.
is my fourth place. So I
Okay.
don't say that lightly.
Yeah,
Um,
Ewan is
I
very much a realistic person here. So, yeah.
Yeah, like I can make the argument for every other song in that semi-final somehow making it.
Mm,
Not
mm,
comfortably, but I can see every single one there at least scrape the 10th place. Obviously, there are a handful, likes of Denmark, Norway, Ukraine, and
mm.
Australia, which are surefire. Those are the four surefire, absolutely 100% qualifying.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's very up in the air.
Yeah. I'm just looking at the half splits here, and I'm just seeing that like within the first half of the second semi, to be honest, this is kind of like the only one that it would really kind of sound somewhat similar to within that is Azerbaijan. And
Mhm.
it's very different from that. So I think depending on how they're staging it, I think it would be very, very interesting.
Well,
Like,
this is my worry. I do not. Czechia's stagings look good, but
yes.
they're a bit kitchen sinky at times. And I feel like this is not they will make it a big performance because they've made a lot of their recent ones big performances. And I feel like this is something that it would need to be a lot more intimate.
Mm, yeah. I mean, it gives off the feeling that like he's very minimal. Like, so I would if they were to go very big with this, I would think it would just be it would be quite a mismatch in a way. And it's quite
Like,
interesting as sorry, go on.
because I think, well, I just think even last year, like they went too big for the staging of that one. That should have been staged a lot more intimate than it was.
Mm.
Don't you think?
Ah, yeah, kind of. I mean, the thing is with Adonis's song, it was very disjointed because it had this moment where it just really sped up and just became really techno-y in a way, and then just went back to being a ballad again. Like it was a very mismatched kind of song. Whereas
Mhm.
this one, it's a lot more uh there's a lot more of a smoother flow, which it kind of builds a lot better. I think it lends itself well to that kind of like staging where it can be quite intimate and that kind of thing, and then kind of go out with this huge kind of thing at the end, you know. So
Mhm.
start off small and then kind of broaden out afterwards. Um,
Like I think it does benefit from the fact that it's not in the second half because you have okay, Australia isn't really a ballad, but
yeah,
it's a
mid-tempo.
slow, it's a mid-tempo poppy song with a bit with big vocals, and I feel
Yeah,
like there could be a vibe comparison there. Obviously, I've said Albania, a little bit in Latvia as well because it's a slow build song that just gets very loud.
yeah.
It, maybe not so much Malta, but it is
Yeah, there's
because
it's
it's
yeah. The thing is with Malta is that it's like there's a bit of a beat to it as well, to be fair.
yeah.
It does kind of whip up a little bit, doesn't it? Whereas a lot more of the slow, like in air quotes, slow songs, you know, like
Mhm.
that. Those are like how you were saying, like the Latvias, the Albanias. I'd even also maybe throw the Ukraines in there too, because Ukraine, like, yes, there it is a
Mhm.
slow song, but there is like there is a beat to it, but there is also a bit of a slow build as well. So like it does kind of fit within that too.
I could see
Um,
if this is early on in the semi away from Azerbaijan, although I don't think it's because she would do better than him. I just think when you have two songs that link that together, they tend to drown each other out. I feel like there would be enough of a gap that this could really show off with the juries. The problem is, I don't think it's that memorable.
yes, I do
It's
think
it's
that is
in the moment you
something.
feel it, which and the way that the juries vote, they don't vote in the same way. They rank everything, so they're making notes, and the televote viewers are not going to do. So which is saying I could think this could get an absolutely horrific televote score and maybe a pretty good jury score to get it through in that to the final. But I think it's benefiting the fact that it's in the first half rather than the second.
Mm. I I would say that I think, well, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think this is very jury bait. It's slow, it's very slow, it's very radio friendly as well. Like you could definitely hear a song like this on the radio. Yes, it's obviously a bit slower, but it's still like that's still something. And he has very strong vocals. And apparently, according to the press release that they had actually brought in, he's supposed to be very capable on delivering those high quality notes live under high pressure. So if he is able to do that, I think that will curry a lot of favor with the jury. So I do think it will garner a high jury score, especially within the semifinals now that the juries are back.
Mhm. Although
Um,
it is more difficult to say because, of course, we now have 10 jurors there rather than five. So are we going to have as much of a traditional juries going for ballads and ignoring anything? Or is there going to be a bit more tempo in there?
Diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do believe what they are saying with the fact that you can deliver the vocals because they did get a bit of a rap after last year with
Yeah, with
that
Adonis's
moment.
kind of
And Adonis
gaff.
wasn't the only one. There was clearly issues with that entire semi, like the entire first half of that semi-final. But like he was probably the most notable one with that incident. So
Yeah, yeah,
they're going to want to make sure that they've got good vocalists there. So I don't think they would just skim it over with this.
yeah. Which will be interesting because that's the thing. Like, and I think Czechia's been kind of hungry to do well at the moment.
Mhm.
I like you've seen that they've like in the last few years they've really been giving us some really good songs. You know, like I'm talking like Vesna here. I'm talking Aiko. Like Aiko, like in Malmö, it looked really, really good.
Oh,
And
it was amazing. It was probably the best stage of the year.
yeah. So like this is the thing. I feel like a lot of things are going in Czechia's favor.
Mhm.
We just need them to be like not, putting the horse before the cart. Or
Mhm.
the cart before
The,
the horse, should I say. So yeah.
and this is why I'm so like skeptical about Czechia this time because they've come with such amazing performances, amazing singers, and just having the whole package. And it's just not connected. And I
Mm.
think Czechia is one of the countries that's just kind of like completely ignored by Europe. even though it
Which
shouldn't
is
be.
so sad because remember,
Mhm.
guys, there was like a long period of time that Czechia was like, we're not doing Eurovision because no one respects us.
And they've not
So
respected it. So that's why it's kind of like Portugal pre-2017. Literally no one cared that they were there, even though they should have because they were amazing.
they were
And I
amazing.
think Czechia is currently in that era. So I want them to do well because it'll also build support in the country because I do think the approach of continuing with the national final, continuing with the banting national final and keeping with the internal was a good shout. Because if
Mm,
they, I know that lots of broadcasters do have limited resources, and I love national finals. But if they've got limited resources, just put it straight into having a
yeah.
good polished song, which I think they've done this year. It's very polished. It's just
Yeah,
not for me.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think, having been to the last Czech selection, it was definitely, and they didn't even have that much of a budget, to be honest. So like if you're going to funnel like the funds, I think put it towards an artist that is going to put together a really strong package and that's going to be one that like you can just make sure that everything is cohesive and make sure that everything is just like the right fit for the show, essentially. And I think they've done that, and obviously when the song was released, there was initially like a huge buzz around the song. It literally like shot up to like sixth place within the odds. I'm currently just looking at it now; it's gone down to 11th, but it's still within that possibility of, there is a faint chance that it could end up doing quite well. Um, yeah, I think it's hard to say. I mean, how would you how would you say now, like nail your color to the mast right now? How well do you think this will do come May?
I'm thinking if I have to make a surefire one, uh, it'll be that sort of seventh to 10th qualifier, and it'll come about 15th to 20th in the final.
Hmm. I would definitely say uh it'll come. I think it'll be a bit more optimistic. I'll be thinking maybe fifth or sixth. Obviously, again, we're doing this without knowing any of the staging or anything like that, so things could drastically change
And
since
we
then.
also don't even know the running order.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're just shooting into the dark and just hoping
He
for the
he
best.
could end up second, performing second in that semi-final, and
Oh God. Well, if that's the case,
that
then
yeah,
well, it's a spot of death,
there's
isn't
no
it?
hope.
So,
Yeah, that
yeah,
second, third, there's no way we could qualify from that.
yeah. Well, to be fair, third place, there's, been worse songs have qualified from there. So, anything's possible.
Mm,
Yeah, I would say like kind of fifth, sixth, maybe seventh in the semi-final. I do think this will appeal to juries. I think this probably will be more of that. And then in the final, I think mm, it it's very hard to say because you could easily have it turn from like go from like kind of just a mid-table thing to have it be like a Zoe May thing where like she's
mhm.
just collecting like 12s, 12s, 12s. Like he'll get
Yeah,
12,
like
12,
if
12s.
for if I know it's because the way that they've changed how they do the allocations for the halves of the show, you're less likely to have this. But if they were that half is basically entirely up tempo poppy bangers, and he's there, that's going to stand out so much, and that could easily come get like 100 jury.
Yeah, definitely. Because when you have like so much like high tempo stuff, to have something kind of slow and a nice build, but then still, vocally very strong, I think there's every possibility that this will, safely make it through and deliver a really high performance in the final as well. Uh, maybe that's just my like kind of rose-tinted glasses talking there, but like I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. Yeah. And I guess just sort of
Uh,
as a final question then, like, obviously now the reaction has been quite positive for Czechia now. Do you think that like this is like definitely them going in the right direction?
yeah, I think even just the fact that they've not completely changed the strategy after last year. They're continuing with this style and what their approach. I think they're even if this is not going to be a winner, they're doing the right thing,
Mm.
and they should continue this. What about
Yeah.
you?
I think so. I think they've got the right energies in there, definitely. I think over the years, obviously, they've had done a bit more experimentation with things. And I think now they've settled on like a system that works for them. And I mean, in my personal opinion, again, but like this to me has been the clearest shot that they've had at like a really good placement in a very long time. Um,
Because
and I mean, I'm
realistically,
not
they've
saying,
only had one good placement in their entire Eurovision history.
well, they've had two top tens before. So they've had 2018 and 2023. They both they made into the top 10.
I
I think
and
this,
like I know 2023, like that's what everyone should be aiming for, but the good one is 2018.
yeah.
And I feel like they are a country that's definitely deserving of more 2018 style results.
Definitely. Yeah. But I think now they have an opportunity to do that. I think if everything aligns properly and they come to this to Vienna and with a clear concept of how they have this show, maybe, kind of start off with kind of like, I don't know, the cat I'm becoming a filmographer here, just like kind of really slow, kind of like small piano, like him playing the piano at the beginning, very like dark, kind of minimal, maybe silhouetted and stuff. And then just as time goes on, like, things kind of really just start to kind of widen up and become a bit brighter. And then like come the huge moments at the end, just like a shit ton of like lights and just like chaos in that kind of way. I think that would work really, really well.
I think we
But
have similar ideas. I would love the style of filming that they did for Cloud last year.
yeah,
Steady cam entirely on him, but then, as you say, when it gets to the bigger moment, then we get wide shots and big brightness.
yeah,
Yeah, they need
definitely.
to focus on like intimacy of this performance.
Yeah, if you're going with wide shots from the get-go here, it would look horrible. So yeah, yeah, we're not talking about like the 2019 stage, like constant camera work of the wide shots and stuff, but like just something there just to kind of really just give you like that wow factor. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes and see. Yeah. So is there any sort of final points anyway on Czechia just before we kind of wrap things up?
Um, just please do well. You deserve to do well, even though this is like a mid-table song for me. Just you deserve the world.
Yeah. Definitely. I think, Czechia has been putting so much work into Eurovision, and you can tell that. Like they're really sending good quality songs. And it deserves to be rewarded, and it's only fair that if they do end up getting their first win, then it can be with a song that really makes them, stand out on an international stage like this and promote Czech music in a way that is just never been heard before, and I don't know. I just want them to do well, guys. Please, this is so good. Anyway, I will stop fawning over
Although part
Czechia.
of me does want this song to do horrifically because I don't think Rory deserves to be happy at all.
No, right, Ewan, shut up. Right, anyway, on that note, we should probably close things off here. Thank you so much to Ewan, I guess, for joining me on this. It's been a pleasure to talk about Czechia in this way. But yes, obviously this is what we think, what you think. Obviously, do you agree with what we're saying here, or do you have a different opinion? Please do let us know in the comments section down below what you think. We love to know what your guys are opinions are on all this kind of stuff. So it's really, really appreciated. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, give it a like, hit the notification bell so you always get notified for whenever we have a new video. And also just check out that EurovisionSite.com as well. Obviously, we're getting towards pre-party season now. And we're also having all of the other kind of extra details now about stuff that's coming together in Vienna. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it all kind of plays out. So yes, follow us all over there at that Eurosite. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.